Okay, we're gonna start. Hey, hi to all of viewers. Nice to meet you. It's Ron again from ECB team, and today we're gonna discuss the seventh day of rehearsals. Yeah, in Turin. So today we had actually the last wave of second rounds of rehearsals for the semifinalists. That means that 11 countries has performed today, starting with Australia and ending with the Czech Republic. Let's discuss the rehearsals, let's talk about all the countries, and of course, as always, you're here to ask the questions as well. So let's say something general before we start to dive into each country separately. We did have some problems today, like sound issues, technical issues, and in one rehearsals that was of Sweden, for example, the mic dropped, the mic had like horrible echo, and thereafter there was a problem with the mic that it was kind of muted. The track stopped, so a lot of technical issues, but luckily we're done. I want to believe that I really want to wish that the majority of countries are satisfied with their results of the rehearsals today, and it's definitely can be inferred that some countries have some corrections to done, and they have gave their own inputs, let's call it, to the broadcaster. So the first country was Australia. Let's discuss Australia now. So from Australia we have Sheldon Riley, of course, and a very strong vocalist, I must say. He never disappointed me, not even now. Let's start to discuss the outfit, which is a technical issue, but still. So it's three-piece outfit, although it looks like a dress. It's white with feathers as well. And what I remember from the staging were actually the colors of white, dark, so black, of course, and a lot of blue. And there are upstairs right on the stage, right behind him. And of course, he interacts with them. That means that he goes up on them, goes down on them. And so it's Sheldon, and this is not secret that Sheldon's love jewelry, and he did have his, let's call it, diamond or rainbow mask, as well as a bracelet. And kind of, I mean, I would call actually the mask kind of mask with kind of a crown, but yeah, you get me. Um, so those are two floor giant steps in front of the sun. We can see the sun, but I must say that the sun didn't really distract me this time, but maybe it's only me personally. And yeah, most of the time we can see kind of a very dark blue or midnight blue, let's call it, on stage. And what else I can tell you? So yeah, vocally it was on point, very strong. Um, it goes up on the stairs at the very peak of the song, like towards the bridge. The lights are getting brighter, and it's become really intense. And then just removes finally the crown and mask, whatever you want to call it. He holds it with his right hand, and of course, it's a very strong moment, both because he reveals his face, but also because vocally it's strong. And the arena is filled with white fog, like at the very bottom, the floor. Um, so it was interesting. I'm still in the opinion that Australia has suggested as, something that is strong vocally, but I'm not still not sure, to be honest, about the quality of the song. Like, it creates a moment, no doubt, but is this the best ballad of the year? I'm not sure. Is this the best song of the semi? Let me tell you, it's not. So I don't know about this, but yeah, we can suppose that Australia will qualify. I believe. Any questions about Australia, about Sheldon Riley? He barely has any technical issues. We at the press room had technical issues that we couldn't see the screen for some reasons. But of course, it has nothing to do with Australian delegation or like the production of Australia, but with with the EBU or technical team. Okay, so next up actually was Cyprus. It's Andromache with Ella Ella. Um, so what I liked about this song was actually the artwork. She has kind of very big seashell, and there is a projection of neon lights on above. It looks purple and then pink, even blue. Yeah, a lot of colors, but not mixed together most of the time. So she's accompanied by two female dancers all on stage. And this is the huge structure of shape, as I mentioned before. The dancers gets out of this shape, but it also uses a way to create projection and light shapes. So we can see kind of shadows, neon lights, very strong one. It's a festive of colors, I would call it, but in a very stylish way. Um, so this platform is actually looks like two waves at the edges, the right edge and the left edge, which gives it kind of a emotion or situation that you are in a sea although or not. She has a gentle kind of off-white dress, very summerish one, very light one. And I don't know, when I see Andromache with Ella, I think about summer. I think about celebrating love, celebrating the happiness of summer or even the spring. Um, yeah, so it's a really good effort from Cyprus, if you ask me. Again, because for me, Cyprus has kind of the same flavor of songs for several years, from Eleni to last year El Diablo, and but now it's different. It's like ethnic Greek in a good way, although it's mixed with English. Um, but yeah, very decent for me, if you ask me. And what can I tell you about stage? So the platform, I mean, the seashell has kind of tiny steps inside. Therefore, dancers and both and Brahmahi can move inside within actually. Um, about lighting. So at the very beginning, it's blue. Then after it's blue and purple. Then purple and pink, and at the end is kind of between yellow to goldish. And what has to be fixed here is actually the camera angles. We have a lot of long shots where you can see the seashell very tiny like this, although it's a very big one, and a lot of empty arena shots, which I personally I really dislike. But I don't know, maybe because it was rehearsals. Of course, that when we have an audience in the arena, it will get much, much, much different. But still, they have to fix some issues. Also, I want to mention that even though Anu Mahi is a good singer, I was a little, but again, or slightly, let's call it slightly disappointed by her vocal performance because I believe she could do better. Maybe it's related to the sound issues that they had. And we all know that the majority of the delegation has struggled with sound. Um, but yes, sometimes vocals weren't the most strongest one that you can suggest. And for me, it can be a disadvantage. I mean, I see more chances that Cyprus will qualify for the final, but at the same time, they have to be careful. They have to be careful with vocals. Okay, so this was what I wanted to say about Australia and Cyprus. Again, if one of our dear viewers has any question, you're welcome to say hi, first of all, and second of all, to drop your questions in the chat. It's really nice to have them. Otherwise, I will go out to the next country. Fine. So the third country to perform today was Ireland. This is Brooke with That's Rich. So that's rich when it comes to you. Let's talk about Ireland. I was surprised with the staging in a good way because it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the national selection of Ireland. Her her performance there was quite nice, but still not the best one. And I really feel personally that um, like she really hasn't improved in a good way. Both vocally, visually, it's really different. It doesn't look any cheap anymore. So how the song starts or how the performance starts. So basically, they have a very dark stage, not dark, but more between pink to blue. Brooke is lying on the floor, and there is an artwork of big beating heart, a red one. It looks like this, very big one, and on the frame or around this heart, we have a lot of other hearts, like nested hearts, but also very tiny one that floating. Yeah, so Brooke is lying on the floor while her female dancers, she has four by the way, are around her. Just spread their hands in a movement. I will try to show you something like this, um, something like this. And Brooke singing while she's lying on the floor. Um, yeah, so there are a lot of floating hearts, sorry, as I mentioned, on the screen, on the left screen, on the backdrop, by the way, as well. Brooke herself has a shiny light blue outfit, very nice, very like something that you would like to wear to a party at night, but still very light in a good way. About shoes, it's kind of floral green platform, if I remember correctly. Dancers wear white or pink short dresses. What I liked also about the Irish performance was the richness, not because it's rich, of course, but the richness of the camera shots. They're really good. They shows a lot of angles, but nothing looks ridiculous in contrast to other countries that we have today. So I really appreciate them about that. Lighting, as I said at the beginning, is a mixture of blue, pink, and purple. I saw all of them on the stage. Vocally, it was convincing. I can't say it was like perfect, but still, like it really looks like she improved, and I really appreciate that. We have some pyro towards the end. That's how I would sum up Ireland. Any questions about Death's Reach or Brooke with from Ireland? Anything that our viewers would like to know, or shall I advance to the other one? Okay. So, of course, if questions will drop, I will answer them. Next up was Andrea from North Macedonia with Circles. So, first of all, personally, I really like this song, and for me, it's really underrated. I know that most of the fans doesn't feel really attracted to the song. I don't know why, but I very like how raw and you know how takes you kind of backwards in a good way. Um, Yeah, so she has a classic black outfit or dress. She has also black gloves and black shoes. She performed alone, was quite close to the secondary stage, like not near the sun, although she's near the sun as well afterwards. Um, Vocally, she's one of the professional this year, let me say. Even though she's very young, she's 21, 22, I can't really remember, but very young, and she has like a thin experience, let's call it, but still vocally she sounds really good. So I really appreciate her about this. Um, Lighting is most of the time blue, even dark blue. So how the performance starts? First of all, she's standing in between two beaming lights that have this angle, one like this and the other one like this. Yeah, so they create kind of two rounds on the floor. The color of the light is between white to yellow, like the very standard one. Less green shows kind of circles, but more like vortex, vortex, I mean like spiral, like this. It looks like circles as well. And the same artwork we can really see on the arena right back. So yeah, it looks really nice, I must say. Um, Again, I'm not sure about qualifying. I even can tell you it won't qualify, unfortunately. But I really appreciate her because she here to deliver her way as an artist. And also, what I like, it's very simple but still convincing for me. And yeah, we can see also, of course, that afterwards it doesn't look any blue. We can see like colors of fire, orange as well. Um, Yeah, we can see even some circles over her head, but not in a creepy way. What I also like that she used the lift bridge on stage over the waterfall, and they project a lot of screens and shapes on this. Also, the North Macedonian delegation has two vertical screens that are standing on, on stage. We can see them a lot. We can see there are a lot of shapes and abstract things, but most of the time those are showing kind of hands, a lot of hands, like they want to hunt her. Also, there is a really unique moment that only the ones who we have seen carefully, because we have like really focus on this like this, have seen that the two very strong light, the blue ones, they create a shape of like a pair of hands that want to hunt her. So, and it opens and closes. So it looks like this, and then it closes her like this in circle, but not full circle. And looks really nice. Very nice camera angles. At the beginning, by the way, we can see the arena from a very far position, like zoom out, but a serious zoom out. And then slowly by slowly, it goes and focus on her. We can see her pants and legs, and it goes up until we see her beautiful face. And towards the end, it's more orange, as I said. They projected massive lights on the sun. And to be honest, guys, if may I say, this is one of the performance where the sun doesn't look that horrible. And it also a hint that with the good camera angles, you can improve it. Although it's not perfect. I mean, I do see a room of change or a room of improvement for the delegation of North Macedonia in the camera angles. But still, there are some momenters that I was really proud of them, like really creating this kind of stage. So yeah, North Macedonia, nice effort. Vocally, she slays. No one can say otherwise. I'm sorry, but still, because it's a very tough semi, and because I already know that not a lot of people like this song, it can be that we might see North Macedonia outside of the final. For me, it would be like very sad. I'm gonna support her as much as I can, but doesn't go to a good place regarding this semi. Do we have any questions from our viewers? You can ask anything that you want, of course, on any country, not necessarily the ones that perform today. Otherwise, I will advance. Okay. So the fifth country to perform today was Estonia. It was Stefan with Hope. Um, Actually, it's one of my disappointments of the day. Um, they choose like to use the filter of colors on screen, like like in the retro when we have only black and white colors in TV. So there they have black, white, and kind of brown. I mean, yeah, one can tell, of course, that the reason is because the Wild West and all this country atmosphere in the song, but still, for me, it's very old-fashioned in the terms of television production. I didn't like it. We have first change of an outfit, so it's still very elegant. By the way, he looks wonderful. There's no doubt about this. But instead of black outfit, now it's something between cream to beige to off white. I mean, it depends on which light you see it. And yeah, looks very nice. But what I didn't like about Estonian staging is that for some reason they wanted to, to fill the stage. Therefore, what Stefan does or what Stefan is doing in the performance is just run away all over the stage, even jumping over the waterfall. And to be honest, I didn't really like it. I mean, I thought it was quite how to say it, not needed or unnecessarily. I thought that even if he stands and sings or even just came close, to the audience just by stepping forward, it was good enough. So this is not the right choice. It made his voice to be a little bit shaky, but still, he's a very good vocalist, so no shade about him. It looks like they wanted like really to, to utilize to take everything they could from the sides of the stage, but sometimes it's too much. And also in one of the takes, I can't tell why, maybe kind of a mistake, but the camera went between the kinetic sun, shows us the nothing that happens there instead of Stefan or the waterfall or anything else that is much more interesting. So they must like really get out of this. Um, Also, something the camera angles reminded me a little bit of what Estonia has done with Victor Kron with Storms in 2019. Um, like where the camera is spinning, we can see in all the point of views. Nice, but again, it looks like Estonia repeats again and again on the same formula. I hope for them that it will like work for them. But yeah, I mean, if you ask me to estimate, I see more chances that Estonia will advance for the grand final. But at the same time, I can see them not scoring that good. So yeah, probably Estonia is in the final, but whether it will really succeed or not, I think the answer it's tend to be more not than yes. Um, and also towards the end, it looks like the end of a movie when we have like when the monitor is closed, so we can see kind of a black rectangles on stage on the camera, I mean on the TV screens, and little by little it reduced the range of sight. You can see him like this, then only the eyes, and then it's over. So this is how Estonia gonna look. Um, on his last take, it was much better. Also, we can tell and see and hear or listen, whatever you want to call, that the last take, which is the one that broadcast probably on the EBU channel, is really good. But still, watching the full length of rehearsals, I'm not that satisfied. I don't know. Maybe I had just a lot of hops or hop, but they definitely have to improve. Yeah, so about stage, and also they kind of shows us um, visuals really similar to the ones we have seen on the screen in the SLR and also in the video clip. Stage is most of the time something between, I mean, the lights, I mean. So we can see them, as I said before, like in the brown white effect, and then it's very bluish. And towards the end, it becomes purple until it becomes Festival Fire again. And when I'm saying fire, I'm saying orange and yellow lights. Any questions from the crowd? Okay, let's continue. So after Estonia, which was like in the real running order is number 12, but today they were the fifth country. So the sixth country was Romania with Urs and the upbeat song Yamame, or Call Me in English. Um, Damn, it's harsh. I don't know. If someone would have told me that we're in Eurovision 22, 25, 26, something like this, I would have believed this. I would have believed that Romania took us between 15 to 20 years ago because the style of the song and also how the stage looks like. So Urs has two male dancers with him and two female dancers on stage, I mean. Urs himself, Andre, wears a long red shirt um, with kind of special, like, how to call it. I'm not big fashion specialty, but yeah, something like very curvy shirt, let's call it. It has decorations on that, and he also wears a sparkling glitter black pants. I will tell you from now on that under this red shirt, he has another shirt, very festive one, very party one, but it will reveal it afterwards. So the performance starts with a focus on one of the male dancers that dances alone, of course. All the stage is very dark and black, but we can see lights on this dancer. So what they were, like the backing dancers. So his male backing dancers were very short um, shirts, red one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's between red bordeaux and long black pants. About female dancers, they just have one piece, a bordeaux kind. It's not a dress; it's kind of an outfit with a lot of holes. Like it has holes in that part of body and a little bit at the bottom. Um, yeah, what makes it a great party, so called, is the dancers, the way they look, the way they dance, very energetic, which is good because it's an upbeat song, of course. So therefore, why not? We can see flower artwork on the LED screen. The flowers are something between lilac to pink and red, if I remember correctly. At the chorus, the dancers are turning around him, and also they're kind of in a circle and they clap like this, da 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 da, like the beat of the song. Kind of golden rings we see around the kinetic sun, but of course it's made of by lights. What else? Urs dances really close with one of his female dancers, and then after we see the very same thing with one of the male dancers. Area under the sun looks like fire, like in a lot of songs. So it's a mixture between very hot orange and yellow. We can see some words written on the backdrop as well as on the LED floor, like Hola mi bebé and maybe Yamame as well, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure about this one. Towards the end, the male dancers are really tight with him, like very close to him, and they remove his upper shirt, and we finally can see kind of a silver shirt with a black basis. Vocally, I must tell you guys, it has to be improved, at least the beginning. The part that we have on YouTube channel of the Eurovision Song Contest is really good, but the whole performance, if you could have listened to it in the full length, I would say that especially the beginning, it has to be improved somehow. Maybe it was kind of I don't know, intense or intention or something, but yeah, it has to be improved, no doubt about this. Any questions regarding Romania or all the other countries, guys, please, you're welcome to answer. Okay. So the next country to take the stage was Poland. A very different song, right? So we have an upbeat, and now it's a serious ballad. It's Ockman or Christian Ockman with River. So River talks about water, water are voda, and when you talk with me about voda, the main thing that you can remember is Slovenia 2020, but also Poland this year. So there is a water effect towards the beginning. I think that it's made by the waterfall, but as well like from external source. Ockman wears a very elegant black suit, elegant one, and there is a like white polo shirt beneath here. Um, so it looks classic, as I told you now regarding the outfit. Sorry. He has with him four female dancers. What they wear, it's really hard to describe, but it's something very abstract. Kind of something, it's a mixture between, I don't know, a bag and a dress, and also pants and shirt. Very mixed, very random in some way, but it's random because we want to deliver the message of the Polish song. By the way, I will tell you that I was impressed by Poland, although many people weren't. Um, they dance around him, the female dancers, in a very modern style. They wear black outfits with masks. Good, I mean, the faces, their faces, sorry, are covered, so you can tell who is behind the outfit, who is behind the mask. And thank for the likes, thank you guys. Um, so yeah, we have a lot of effects, but camera effects. So that means that people who will watch it from home will see it, or will watch it from the live stream of YouTube or PC, etc. But people in the arena that will be physically presented there won't see it unless they will watch the big screens that are on the arena. So it depends what is your point of view. It can be a benefit and also a disadvantage because some people really like their effects and some people didn't like it. So like it's a divisive one. We'll get an atmosphere of winter actually, because winter talks about water and lightning, rain, all this. So we will see all this on stage. We see a black lightning on the screen. At some point or a certain point, we have an effect of earthquake. It's created, of course, with camera shakes. So it can be look like scary, but it's a good visual, if you ask me. Very interesting. Some fans mocked Poland about the use of so-called, old-fashioned effects, but I don't know. For me, it was okay. So the lighting, not lightning, but lighting, the lights I mean, are blue, dark blue, white, s- even purple at some point. But yeah, the stage is quite basic, but in a good way because they have a lot of effects. Towards the end, we can see the female dancers. They're touching Okman's shoulders, and then they just lying on the floor, creating kind of a cross or X around him while he's still standing and singing. Vocally, I was really impressed by him. I mean, it's not a secret that Okman is a very good singer, so no surprises here. A good singer, really good vocals. I believe it will be the best Polish result in the recent years. But again, let's face it, they most of the time didn't qualify, so it's not a challenge. And I'm really curious to see whether it will challenge the result they have received in 2016 with Michael Spack. But I don't know, maybe something like equal. It's also an option, right? I wish them to be in top 10. Still not sure about this. I believe that some people at the televote side, I mean, the audience, will feel like not that comfortable with all these effects. Personally, I have no problem with this, but I can see why people see it problematic. Okay, we don't have much way to go, so let's continue. The next one, and by the way, when we're discussing running order, it's for me already a very random choice, but yeah, I'm talking about Montenegro. I mean, the choice to put Montenegro as a Balkan ballad or as a ballad after Poland, which is also a ballad, still doesn't feel for me really good choice, but that's what we have, and with this we have to win. So Vladana, yeah. First of all, she has a surprise. Okay, let's wait. I see that the stream is frozen for a minute. Just a second. Okay. So about Vladana, really good singer. She's very artistic. She had a beautiful royal blue dress, with silver dots on the top side, on the upper side. And she also has kind of it's on a wake up side, so I'm not sure I'm saying it the right terms. I'm sorry about this, but kind of silver rainstorms on her face themselves. I mean, near the eyes. Valdana performs on the secondary stage, and like something that it's how to say it connected. Yeah, connected is the word. Connected to her dress, but on the back side, like it's behind her. There is kind of a circular, tiny LED. I wouldn't call it screen, but an object, a prop. It looks like an open umbrella at the beginning, but it's definitely gonna catch your attention on a good way or on a bad way. I don't know. The colors of the performance or on the stage are black, a lot of light blue, and white. Very classic. And at the bottom, we can see the blue waterfall. They also projected in a light blue color, which looks gorgeous. So, as I said, she has a prop with her. It's kind of a round or circular prop behind her back. And we can see the water artwork as well. On the backdrop, we can see special artwork of gray and silver characters. It looks like people that gonna fall like this and like this. They're floating, but you can tell that this is strange people. Maybe they can't breathe, right? Like the title of the song. And the strip of the stage where she stands looks like white water waves or something similar to this. But there is kind of a rectangle that where she stands, and it's very different from the other floor of the stage. Of course, they use smoke on the floor to create an atmosphere of something dark or something bad as well. It emphasizes the waterfall as well, and she will sing the last verse or last chorus as well in Italian. Yeah, that's right. Montenegro won't give us only English this year. By the way, I must say that about Vladana. She has told in one of their press conference and interviews that she has studied Italian in high school or in school. So probably she also, I want to believe, understands Italian because she studied it, and therefore she can, like, really feel connected to the text. And unluckily, Italy doesn't vote in that semifinal, but we have San Marino, so maybe it will help her to grab some points. I don't know. Also, there are Serbia and North Macedonia as ex-Yugoslavia and Balkan countries, so they probably will support Montenegro, but still, I'm not sure it will be enough in order to qualify. If you ask my personal taste and my impressions, I would really like Montenegro to advance this year. I think this is one of their best efforts ever, and also in the last years. But still, you know, positioned in that semifinal, it's still questionable whether they will qualify or not. Okay, we have three more to go. Act number 16, or the eighth, or sorry, yeah, the ninth today, I believe. Let's check. Yeah, act number 9 for today was Belgium. It's Jeremy McKees with Miss You. So how to tell it? Yeah, it looks like Belgium went again to the danger zone of random stages. I don't know. I must confess, guys. Belgium was one of my top 10 or top 15 of this year, but watching this performance, I don't feel any comfortable on saying this anymore because it's really random. Something is not correct in Belgium this year about the mixture of the colors. Like, who the hell, I'm sorry, thought that it would be a good idea to mix silver with orange and then blue? I don't know, not for me at least. So they have already a not good starting point. Jeremy wears a silver jacket and gray jeans. The jacket is open along all the performance, and he has kind of a black or dark gray t-shirt right under this. At the beginning, he's alone on stage because it's quite of a touching ballad. Lighting is blue, while the waterfall is lighted in light blue uh, color. Jeremy is accompanied by four male dancers that will join him in the more upbeat part. They wear black outfits and kind of like leather jackets or coats, kind of coats, I would say, yeah. And but most of it is black, of course, black. And lighting is something between orange to blue, between because sometimes it's like the first one, sometimes it's like the second one. At the chorus, we have more warm colors. The waterfall is lightened in yellow or gold later on. What else can I tell you? And on the screen, we can see orange rectangles and a lot of circular, abstract, orange, silver, gray, and blue shapes. Um, about dance movements, it looks like they try to copy or to get inspiration of their own clip of this year. Um, but yeah, he's a great vocalist, at least for me. So I don't know. I'll hope that Belgium will be saved somehow. I want to see them in the final, but I'm not sure that visually it will be that attractive for you. And now for the second last act for today, it's Cornelia Jacobs from Sweden with Hold Me Closer. So this is was the most problematic rehearsals, not because Cornelia or not because SVT or someone, because our this year production. And so yeah, I'll count it at least four takes. So let's discuss it. I mean, basically how it works in each rehearsal, you have three takes to perform, and of course we have tiny breaks between them when you can see in the camera or in the viewing room how it looks like. You can ask for some things, for example, for more I don't know, higher volume of the voice, to hear more about the track, to reduce the backing vocals, all those things. Yeah, so we have this one. Staging is so yeah. What was the problems you want to ask? Probably I will tell you. So on the first shot, the mic was kind of muted. Cornelia couldn't sing. She tried to turn off again, and then we can hear actually the cracking sound like this. It looks like the mic is gonna die. Maybe he has died. I don't know. I would like to tell you that she has, microphone with cable like I have, like this, and which is old style, but it's because of it's a very stripped back performance. It's old style, but still in very high level. So therefore, Sweden, I believe, had chosen this style of staging. She has the familiar circular projection screen with her. So as you remember from Melody Festivalen or from the official video of Hold Me Closer, at the beginning it's green, light green, very sparkly green. And as the song progresses towards the last third of it, it's become something between red to dark orange. And stage is dark, very intimate. At the beginning, you can see yellow light in the background, while she is with, Cornelia, of course, is with her back to the crowd. But of course, she turns around afterwards. Outfit remains the same, like black trousers and silver top with a lot of sparkling fringing. Cornelia will be barefoot on stage, like Amanda from Greece, in both acts that I like. And she will try to conquer our hearts really with simplicity and her personality. I think it worked. In the second rehearsals, just the track has stopped out of nowhere. In the third one, there were a kind of problem with the inner headphone. And in the first one, so everything was correct. I think that Cornelia was quite sad about this because she didn't really have, like the familiar long free takes as other artists, but she did has received more time in order to permit it, or at least to be close to permitted. Um, Vocally, she sounds amazing. She was a little bit mad, you can tell, but still. Hey, Daphne, nice to meet you. Daphne said that like the green color in the performance a little bit better than her. Well, personally, I don't like the green color, like in general, not only for Eurovision. So I kind of agree with you, but maybe I got used to it because I watched Melody Festival in March and February. So maybe already get used to it, but it's definitely the point because we have to recall that some of the viewers will watch it the first time on the Eurovision on semi-final, for example, and I don't know whether they will feel connected to this kind of color. If you ask me, of course, I'm not someone professional. I'm just a simple person, as all of you. But I would like to see from Sweden maybe a more dark side of the color, like turquoise or dark green or even blue and not green. But again, that's what we have. Yeah, I feel more connected to, as you, Duffy, probably to you know, to the color of orange or red or something like this. Vocally, she really nailed it. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sweden trying to compete on the crown, like one of the top three at least, or something like this. I can see, hey, Oriana, nice to meet you. What I think about, okay, you deleted your comment, so you can ask again. Um, yeah, so I think she was really good one. Of course, she could do much better, but in general, yes, it's not a surprise, guys, that Sweden gonna qualify this year. It's not a surprise that they're gonna be top five or even more in the semifinal. Not sure about top three, like overall at the Eurovision, but I hope for her because she really deserves it. Um, yeah. Any questions, guys? Or yeah, if you have any question, if you're still here, I would like to see. Okay. So let's move on to the last country. Maybe thereafter we'll have some more questions. The last country to perform today was the country that actually closed the semifinal too. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about Czech Republic with We Are Domi and Lights Off. So first of all, a promo. Oh, Oria has a question. Hi, Duan. What do you think about the sun that doesn't work? How the delegations are gonna deal with it? Okay, I have a lot of to tell about this. And Daniela, hi Daniela, nice to meet you. Ask how accessible is Cornelia for the crowd. I believe she will because it's quite close to the crowd as well, at least on the part where she is on her knees. And this is I will of course I will answer Oya just in a minute. And of course that It's really an act that goes with the camera angles. I must say that what I also liked on Sweden, and this is connected to what Oria has wanted to ask, is that they tried and succeed in kind of hiding, or let's call it, reduce the size of this kinetic sound, and this is something that I really liked. I think that Sweden would work. Not sure it's gonna win, but if it wins, I wouldn't be that surprised. I still see her scoring much better in the jury, but she can, for example, win the jury and be second or third or even fourth place in the televote and still pick up the trophy. So who knows? But now I want to move forward to the Oria Cohen question about what delegations, how they deal with this kinetic sun. So I can tell you that there are some delegations that were really upset. I even have talked with some of them on the press center. Um, I don't want to drop the name because it will be like, gossip, but I can tell you that for one delegation, they told me that this is like really not professional as they of course feel, and they have expected much more responsibility and high quality of the production team. Again, I don't want to be rude, but I can see why they're saying this. I mean, we had a lot of issues this year, also sound issues, which is not visuals, but again, it's Eurovision Song Contest, and songs has to be delivered vocally and on sonically and soundly. And I'm a little bit afraid that I don't know that on semi-final or final the sound won't be appropriate. I can tell you the names of two delegations that has agreed to give their names. They're revealed. Those are Denmark and Lithuania. So and also Estonia, but Estonia it's less. They have really built like all the efforts on the concept that this kinetic sound would first of all permits to project the LED screen, but also will turn on its axis where you can like play with this as well. So for example, for Monica Liu in Lithuania, I can tell you that what you wanted to do is that partly of the camera angles will be replaced with the turning of the sun. Like for example, that will be camera focused on the sun and we can see her turning around in circles or whatever in a very unique way. Also, they could project in very unique lights. This is something that not happen. About Denmark, so basically what Denmark has decided to do this year is restoring, I mean, trying to copy, let's call it, the performance from the Danish selection, Dance Melody Grand Prix 2022, instead of the concept they had around the kinetic sound. But talking to the Danish art director, she said that she had a feeling that this kinetic sound won't work because it's something really like hard to handle. So initially she had kind of a very modest plan, but still it hurted her. Stefan from Estonia as well has told in the press conference today, I can send you a link if you want, guys, that Estonia did wanted to use and choose a concept that is centered over this concept of this kinetic sound, but they couldn't, so they have them much less. But yeah, what bothers me, and I think that I have also seen comments of Duffy about this in the group, that it looks like a terrible black hole on the stage itself, and something about this, it's not real beautiful. So yeah, there are some delegations where this sound doesn't look that good. For example, Lithuania, Estonia, I don't know, some delegations that it really hurted, also visually, not only the plans. Um, Delegation that has dealt with it perfectly, by the way, is Israel, because they covered with LED screen, very large on the stage, so you couldn't tell that this kinetic sound it's kind of existing. And in North Macedonia as well, because the camera angles kind of cut it or just take it from the inside part, and they also have a lot of projections of orange firelight, so it looks good. But that performance that definitely hurts. Any other question, guys, or you want me to talk about Czech Republic maybe? Okay, so let's move on to Czech Republic, and while I'm talking and digging and digging and digging, of course, you can ask any question about Czech Republic. So I must say that I was a little bit like I was happier in what I thought about in a good way because they really improved. Still, Dominica hasn't given like the perfect vocal performance as in the you know in the studio cut, but still I can tell you that it was much better than all the pre-parties that we had. So yeah, Domi are three members, of course, all of them on the stage, luckily. The guitarist has made kind of a cello string guitar by himself. It looks very new, very something that we're not used to. So it will attract some people. But we could have seen this in the National Selection Studio record on tape that we have. Dominica lead vocalist, whereas again, I'm not a big professional in fashion, but I can try to describe her outfit. So it's between white, black sport shoes, and also yes, so she has sport shoes, of course, white, black, and unique outfit which looks like a dress, include a lot of different fabrics. Purple necklace, prints are black and blue with lace fabric, and the upper part looks like black undershirt, like something with no shelves. And she has also purple earrings. So yeah, very purplish, but it's also black and white. Guys probably wearing the same, but in a male outfit. So that means longer one called black and blue and purple as well. Also both the shirts and the pants. We can see a lot of electric or electronic cables at the beginning, like we're in the studio, or like because it's in EDM, so we have a lot of those studio effects. And thereafter, we can see the players, the keyboards, Benjamin, and thereafter the other one. On the backdrop LED screen store, we can see human sculptures. Those are sculptures that are very famous in Italy. I couldn't tell the name, but when we were in the press room, people talked about it, that this is kind of a very famous Italian sculpture, but looks like a human, of course. Yeah, what else I can tell you? Performance includes a lot of lights off. We also have a dark moment of real darkness instead because the lights are off. Um, like almost everything in the arena was full with these lights, vivid neon lights, white, pink, light blue, blue, purple. Those are the colors of the stage, like very cold colors. Lighting is blue as well sometimes. We can see more cables at the layer on. One of the sculptures, by the way, appears on purple, but it's kind of loading. Like, we can see a very digital loading of the sculpture, like each time one more piece on the purple, sorry, in purple, and this is on the LED screen on the floor. Vocally, she was better than expected. I want to do a comparison between two countries, although they don't compete in the same semi, but I must bring it to the extreme. So this is Austria and Czech Republic. Why? First of all, two bands, both of them has female lead vocalists, and both of them suggest to us EDM, like electro dance music. And again, they're not competing in the same semi. Austria is in semifinal one, Czech Republic in semifinal two. But still, I can tell you that for me, like personally, and as I've heard and watched the full rehearsals, for me, Czech Republic was the best one out of those two. I do believe, by the way, that the Czech Republic can advance. They basically have an advantage that they're almost the only EDM act that we have. I mean, yeah, of course, that we have more upbeat songs like Israel and Romania, but I see like more the competition on, on the fight to qualify between Romania and Israel. Well, I see Czech Republic several steps forward, like the most close to qualify, I believe. Again, I want to see them performing live, like on the live shows themselves, not only rehearsals. But if they continue to improve and will suggest something similar to today, they really can qualify. Also, I haven't mentioned, but yeah, Dominica uses some backing vocals, so she's not the only one to sing, like sound wisely. But yeah, the back singers are pre-recorded; they're not on stage anymore. It's allowed, as I want to mention you, since Eurovision 2020. And yeah, what else can I tell you about this? Not perfect, but for me, it sounded good. She like what she's done in order to be heard better. It's like holding the sound with lower octave but very longer. So it's not where are you now? It's like where are you now? And the now is very long. Um, so yeah, it sounds better, I must say. Um, I think that people will support also Czech Republic in semifinal too, because it's semifinal of a lot of battles. Like we have Montenegro, we have Australia, Poland, Azerbaijan. Um, so yeah, some North Macedonia. It's between ballad to rock pop songs, so I really can't define it. But also yeah, um, so I can see it. Let's sum it up. I think that Belgium has a possibility to flop. In my predictions, by the way, I have always said that Belgium will qualify, but I'm not sure. And I'm not blaming Jeremy because he's a good singer, but something in the performance just can be slowed good enough in my point of view. I believe that yeah, people will like it less than the jury, but we can say on each second song that okay, jury will push it forward because there are a lot of like jury smashers this semifinal. I mean, songs that jury will support, and they can support all those songs. But there is a difference with supporting a song and put it in fourth place, and supporting a song by putting it in eighth place. So I don't know. I have fears about Belgium. They can qualify, of course, but they can. Most chances they are not going through. Guys, do you want sorry to ask me about any country whether they will qualify or not, based on my simple and modest, of course, impressions watching the full length rehearsals, etc. Yeah, so many people told that Montenegro has the potential to win the Barbara Tax Award. I don't think this is that horrible. I mean, you will see that while the performance, this circular or round, um, it's not a screen, but it's something that's connected to the back will be useful, I must say. And even today, I'm not convinced that we have seen everything about this because she has said that it's something big. For me, it was amazing and very innovative, but still, I even expected something more like interesting. So maybe they keep it for the other rehearsals. In the first rehearsals, she hasn't this prop at all. Yeah, what else we have today? North Macedonia, I think it's really decent. I personally love this. I really love this, but I'm not sure it's gonna qualify. Unfortunately, it's gonna be something that will be hard for me to see the scoreboard or to hear the name of 10 qualifiers and not hearing North Macedonia. Maybe we'll have surprise, but it's really good one. And again, I don't think she will qualify. I do see, as I mentioned in my post and in the group where I'm a member of, I can see competition between Romania and Israel. Very gay icon songs. Of course, there's a chance that both of them will qualify, but in my inner guts, I believe that only one of them, or maximum one of them, will qualify. Um, yeah, about Israel, so he has advantages of very high self-confidence and he slays. By the way, both sorry, Michael and Urs, I mean both Israeli singer and Romanian singer, have a background of professional dancers as well. So it's definitely lift up the stage. Each one of them has different advantages. And Romania is very old for me, like dated, but some people may find some magic in this. I also want to say that I feel that Spain, that vote in semifinal number two, will vote for Romania. All the Spanish title and all the vibe can be kind of a Latin pop song, very dated, but still. So maybe they will vote for this. I don't know. Of course, that grabbing one set of those prizes is not enough in order to qualify, but I don't know. Maybe it can grab, collect votes like 2 points from here, 6 points from there, and in the total to qualify. But I believe that both Israel and both Romania will get more points from the public rather than the jury. So yeah, like the very opposite of other countries that we have in the semi, like Belgium. Um, Czech Republic is a game changer of all semi. Why? Because again, it's the like almost the only EDM song that we have. And I think that if it qualifies, it reduces the chances of others, of course, basically because we have 10 spots in each semifinal. And I think that, yeah, Some other countries might get hurt. Maybe Romania is or all those flavor of countries. And also, I see a risk in the ballads. I mean, come on, guys. Although all the ballads are really good, and I'm a guy of ballads, by the way, but I can see both Azerbaijan and Australia and Poland and Montenegro qualifying all together. My prediction is that Montenegro is most likely to be out. About the three guys, like male singers we have, guys, again, Poland, Australia, and Azerbaijan, I want to believe that three of them will qualify. Azerbaijan is something that people are sleeping on, but I believe it will advance. It's very good ballad. Some people find it boring, but I don't know. I believe the jury will eat it up deliciously. And staging, as you can see, was good. Poland, yeah, there are some issues. So some people, not for me, with all this lightning rain, drop of water. Um, but I don't know. I liked it, and also vocally he delivers it most of the time. Australia still sounds for me like a show off of the vocal, very melodramatic, but still, I can see some people really liking it. And yeah, so there is a chance we'll see the three of them qualifying. Um, yeah, what else can I tell you? So that's it basically. And I would like to see if there are all more questions from our lovely viewers. If so, please you can ask. You can ask everything, not only about this year of rehearsals. Otherwise, we will soon gonna end. So please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Ask them in any language that you want. Okay. So I want to thank to all our really dear viewers and readers on the website. See you tomorrow in another day of rehearsals. I will be there for you to tell everything that I can about the rehearsals, starting on ESC Beat on the website. I mean, there will be a written article regarding the Big Five because tomorrow is the day of the Big Five, and we'll do another live stream, I guess. Thank you guys. Take care and enjoy Eurovision. Bye bye.